Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
All right, Adam.
I'm gonna put this out there.
Okay.
The one thing, so I've played every single Call of Duty, every single one that's come out. I'm gonna play this one. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play it first day. There's stages of Call of Duty.
Okay.
And so here's the stage of Call of Duty. You're playing the one that's already out. Okay. And you're like, wow, this game is the worst Call of Duty I've ever played. It sucks. I never want to play this game anymore. And then you quit playing for a while, or you play once in a while. Next stage, new announcement of next game. Oh man, this game, hopefully it's better than this one. Anything's better than this one. They released the trailer. They're like, whoa, this is the coolest game I've ever seen. Let's go. So that's the announcement trailer. So you're like, I'm super excited. You're going back to the one that you're playing. Like, oh, this is going to be so much better when it comes out. Like, so you're all excited. Fast forward, the game comes out. You play nonstop, like grind. You're like, this is the best Call of Duty ever. After those 2 weeks, you're like, wow, okay, it's still pretty good. Not my favorite. All right, it's getting boring now. 3 months down the line, you're like, oh, okay, this is stupid, but you play it anyway. And I think I've been done with Modern Warfare 2, so I am ready for Modern Warfare 3 to start the cycle all over again.
Okay. This is gonna sound weird, just because the games that I play, I feel like you can have the same exact argument about the games that I play, and I notice all of the differences. And we're breaking the streak. I'm sorry. So
Cough number one.
I notice all of the differences, and most people who do not play the games that I play do not notice any of the differences. But it is no secret that I'm not the biggest FPS fan. I am not the biggest Call of Duty fan. And to me, and I know I'm going to get roasted in the comments, these games look exactly the same every single time.
So I think that's what's going to be huge about, they say it's huge about this game. I think Activision and Microsoft are like, all right, we got to get this right. Like, we're going to lose our fan base to Ubisoft's X Defiant. Like, people are like literally like super excited about X Defiant. They call it the COD killer. Is that the case? I don't think so. COD's too big of a game.
Yeah.
But I think it scares them to the point where like people are saying this, and not just like a handful of fans or anything like that. It's a lot of people saying that X Defiant is going to be the Call of Duty killer. I don't think that's possible. At this point, I don't think that's possible, but I do think that it is something that they're like aware of now. And so with this Modern Warfare 3, there's huge changes, which we'll talk about. We can roll the trailer if you'd like.
Let's roll the trailer, because I'm curious. I want everybody to know that I'm going into this blind. I usually do a bunch of research, and for this game specifically, I decided that it would be best to do absolutely no research. And my notes, I don't know if you can see them, literally just say, "Sell me, Adam. Sell me."
You. Okay, perfect. Which I'm trying to as soon as this trailer pulls up.
Because and again, I'm going to get roasted in the comments. And honestly, like, I'm glad Call of Duty exists, because I know that there's an entire group of people that love this format, love this game, love this style. But for me, it just seems so mind-numbingly tedious to just run around these maps and shoot each other. Just over and over and over and over and over, with no end in sight, with no there's there's no end goal in Call of Duty. You know what I mean? Like, you're not working towards anything. You know what I mean? It's just like a continuous, we're just gonna keep doing this dance until the building burns down. You know what I mean?
So I think that's the case for multiplayer, but with multiplayer, they have different levels that you reach for like certain, and like prestiging used to be a huge thing. It's not so much of a big thing now, but there's also the camo grind. You're trying to unlock all the camos, all that kind of stuff. So here's the trailer. This is the gameplay trailer that they recently announced. Maybe shoot. There we go. So basically, right now, what you're seeing is just this covert operation, and it's all dark. And I will say, Call of Duty does the best at hyping a fan base up with their trailers. Every time you see the trailer, you're like, okay, this game's so cool. Like, Call of Duty's doing something new this time, which I'll kind of dive into. And visually, it looks so good.
See, visually it looks stunning, and this is the problem with Call of Duty. Is there a story mode? Is there a story campaign to this game?
Yep. So I'll get into that a little bit. And it's just really cool. And what they're doing with this game is different than any other Call of Duty that they've done. They did a little bit with the last one, but I think they're really starting to expand on what they did for the last one. It's called Open Combat. So you'll have different ways of tackling different missions, which typically the old Call of Duty missions were more linear. Yeah. I would say the Modern Warfare 2, they got into this a little bit, not to the point where it really affected the game so much. So it's kind of like an open, I don't want to say open world. It's like an open concept, like of a house. You know what I mean? So like, there's different ways to tackle different missions, which I think is really cool. So you can go in like stealth, you can drive in cars. And they're just, it's gonna be really cool.
So like my question is, and I might sound kind of stupid honestly, because I don't really know how this works, but like, so Adam, if you guys don't know, Adam got me to download Modern Warfare 2, and we did a little thing, like a little Modern Warfare boot camp, right? So that free version of Modern Warfare, was that just a multiplayer, or is there a campaign in there that I can play?
Nope, not with that one. That is what is Warzone/DMZ. That's Modern Warfare 2's Warzone.
Okay.
So they do that. So Fortnite's actually pretty similar. There's a full version of the game, which I think is just like a horde. I can't remember. I've never actually played the full game, but there's a game that you can buy with Fortnite, and it's similar to that aspect where there's a game mode that's offline, and I think it's like hordes of enemies, kind of like a zombies, I think.
Yeah.
But so here's my thing with Call of Duty. I love every Call of Duty. I don't want to say I love every Call of Duty. I love playing Call of Duties when they're good. And with Call of Duty, kind of to your point, I enjoy the campaigns so much. And I refuse to play multiplayer until I beat the campaign. Like, I will not play multiplayer until I beat the campaign through, which the campaigns are typically only like 5 or 6 hours. Nothing crazy, but they're a good story. They're fun to play. Cinematically, they're pretty good.
See, that's where I come from, right? So I actually, as much as I don't like Call of Duty now, I actually really did like Call of Duty, and it was like going all the way back to PS3, like Call of Duty 2. But like, you know me, I'm a single player story campaign guy. You know what I mean? Right. So like they were putting so much more emphasis into the single player campaign before they kind of made this switch to multiplayer being the only thing that they really care about. And it's like that's where I kind of faded off, because I really enjoyed playing the single player campaign, and then all of a sudden, I don't know exactly which Call of Duty it happened on, but all of a sudden it's like nobody cared about the actual game anymore, and it was just all about this multiplayer like online lobby, and I just phased right out.
Yeah, and I would say like the multiplayer the multiplayer is like, that is what Call of Duty is nowadays. And I mean, actually, it's always been like that. It's always been multiplayer focused, but they always do a great job with their campaign for the most part. There's been a couple where I'm like, this one's kind of lame, but Modern Warfare 1, like the newer renditions, I like them. I think they're pretty good. I did not like, which one did I not like? It was the most recent, like World War II one or World War One. I can't remember the name of it, but I did not like that one.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Weird. Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. But they're also adding like zombies is huge. So like they're trying to cater to their like favorite, like, you know what I mean? They're trying to give everybody what they love about Call of Duty into one. And I'm gonna go into some of the changes that they've made.
Yeah. So let's do this, because I know like I've said, I'm not the biggest fan, and people can say this about the games that I play, obviously. But like, why is this different? Like, if every single person that played Call of Duty was just like, nah, we're good, and just stuck with Warzone 2, what would really change? Like, why do people want? Why should they want this Call of Duty other than just it's the newest Call of Duty?
Okay, so starting it off, which everybody has been asking for this for a very long time. So people are very nostalgic. Like people love nostalgia. And so with this game, they're bringing all of the maps from the original Modern Warfare 2. All of them. So,
Okay.
and here, I'll go through the list because I'm going to go through it quick. But so they're bringing Afghan back, Derail, Estate, Favela, Karachi. I probably said that wrong. High Rise, Invasion, Quarry, Rundown, Rust, Scrapyard, Skid Row, Terminal, Underpass, and Wasteland. So that's their base game. They're bringing that many maps in there already. Yes, it's kind of just like we've already seen them, but they're putting them back in. But people have been asking for classic Call of Duty like maps, like, and that's kind of what everybody wants, because when I first started playing Call of Duty and really getting into it, Modern Warfare 2 is what I played, and those, like, I can remember literally everything about every single map that I just said. Like I could go down to like which ways the routes, where's the sniping spots. Like I could go back and like, yep, that's where I want to be.
I mean, but like that's part of the problem for me with Call of Duty is it gets so repetitive. Like the best Call of Duty players in the world are the people that study these maps, and it's like you have to get down to such finite detail of like, oh, I know that I can leak out right and just look over the tail light of this car, and I have like an awesome snipe spot for somebody coming down this stair set, and you're just like, I'm just like, it's so hard for me to like get into that. It's just so repetitive. It becomes so boring so fast. I'm just mind-numbingly just running around, just like shooting people. I just
Well,
don't.
guess what? I can say the same exact thing about Dark Souls 3, Dave.
Just like I know you can. I know you can.
You know what I mean?
I know you can, and that's why like I don't know. They're not giving me anything else to like what else? What else do we got?
So that was just the maps.
Yeah.
And now in terms of gameplay, they're changing everything to run more fast, which that's been an issue with the last few Call of Duties. They're bringing some like not old school, but like more arcade feel. And I think that's where Call of Duty is kind of stepped off, is they're trying to find this balance of, we want it realistic, but we also want to have the arcade feel. So these are some of the big changes that they're adding. This isn't really gameplay, but they're adding map voting, which that hasn't been in a Call of Duty in a while, which I'm pretty excited about, because it's nice to be like, I want this map. I want this map.
I do agree with that point. That's a good point, because as much as I'm not a Call of Duty player, you know, we do have a community of people that, you know, streamers and stuff like that we hang out with and watch, play video games and stuff like that. And I can tell when everybody's like, it gets to the point sometimes where people are like, ew, back out, let's get a different map.
Yeah,
like they literally just
exactly.
want to quit until they get a different map. So I guess that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Red dot minimap. So old Call of Duties, when you shot, if you had not a suppressed weapon, it showed where you were on the minimap, and they just got rid of that. But they're bringing that back, which is a lot of people are excited about. Perks are at the start. I didn't quite understand this. So perks, they're getting rid of the standard perk. Now it's specific equipment that gives you perks. So I don't understand how much of that's really a difference, but that's a big change that they're adding. They're
getting rid of like the drops and stuff like that.
No, this is so like in multiplayer, there's perks and you can like pick specific things. Like, so let's say, like, what am I thinking of? Scavenger. Like you can pick up ammo. Like when you kill somebody, you pick up other people's ammo. So,
okay, yeah.
So they'll have perks, but instead of like being like something you pick at the beginning of the map, or like certain what do you call it? Specific like set or like categories you can pick. It's supposed to be different equipment, which gives you perks. So I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. So that's kind of cool, I guess, something new. The longer TTK, so like time to kill is, so Call of Duty is super fast time to kill right now. And so like literally like if you get in a gunfight, you get shot first, which I mean, it's real life. You get shot first, you're most likely going to die, to be honest. But with the longer TTK, you'll have the ability to like almost like Like it's cool with like, if you like pull it off and you kill one person, all of a sudden 3, 4, 5 people come on, and then you kill those people too. Like that's exciting. Like you just pulled off something incredible. But with like this last Call of Duty, it's almost or like the newer ones, it's like you haven't been able to do that. So they're adding that. The one thing that I wish that they're not bringing in, it's called slide canceling. So you slide and then you can like stop the slide and like do jumps and it's all crazy. And I don't like that.
Oh, like a parkour kind of thing.
Yeah, it kind of makes it look stupid.
People are gonna find the glitch in that like almost instantly.
Yeah. Reload cancel. So like if you're reloading, you can cancel it. Faster mantle, so you can go over items or like just things faster. Slide shooting, so when you're sliding, you'll be able to hit. It's kind of what they describe it. It's like it's in between like full ADS and a hip fire. It's like in the middle. So I'm curious to see what that's going to turn into, and that's pretty cool. So I mean, to you, it probably is like this means nothing to me, and it really doesn't sound like it's changing so much, but it is. It's changing a bunch, and I think a lot of fans are excited. But like I said, with Call of Duty, all fans get excited when the new Call of Duty's coming out, but is it going to really feel different? I hope so.
Right, because I see this all the time where people are like constantly going back to like streaming older versions, and it's like it's Call of Duty players that will be like, all right, let's play this new one, and then after a couple matches, they're like, all right, I'm gonna jump off and go back and go on, Cold War or something like that, and you're just like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. But
yeah,
the number one question is, are you excited for this Call of Duty?
Of course I am, and that's just I'm not done. There's more coming.
Do we have more than this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right.
Moving on, they're bringing zombies back, and everybody loves zombies. You can't not love zombies.
I know people will be excited about this.
Yeah.
I do like zombies. I feel like the sad thing is I feel like zombies is kind of even more of a real game than multiplayer, because at least there's like something. There's like something happening. You know what I mean? Like you're like, I know you're just going through waves and stuff like that, but I don't know. I just feel like you're working towards a goal or something.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
zombies,
Call of Duty fans. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shit on your game.
I'm gonna do this for every game that you like going forward, because this is like my childhood. This is like I still play Call of Duty, but with the zombies though, it's kind of they're making it open world, which I'm not sure about, and they're making it a PvE extraction. Again, I'm not sure what that's going to turn into, and you'll be able to combine with other people, other like teams. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that yet, and I'm curious to see what they do with that. They're adding, like I said, they're adding military equipment as perks, so that will be the perks. Aftermarket parts, so this is loadouts. They're adding aftermarket parts, which will allow for unique configurations of weapons. I'm curious to see how that's going to be. Now, here's a big question I have. All Modern Warfare 2 weapons are in Modern Warfare 3. That's going to be a big balance. Yeah, some of those like cross over in terms of like it makes sense that like an MP5 is going to be in Modern Warfare 1 or like 1, 2, and 3. Like you need the MP5. If you don't have the MP5, forget about it. I'm not playing. And so for the missions, sorry, I did a lot of like research. This is probably the most research I've done on a game just because I know them so well. But so going back to the campaign, they call it open gameplay. So you'll have a high degree of choice, different ways to play. So that's like you'll either go in loud, you'll be able to like stealth, but the thing is, you don't get a specific, like you don't get to create your loadout. So if you want to go stealth, you have to find the silencer within the campaign. Like you can't just have it already equipped. So that was interesting to me.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, I guess it gives it more of like a objective kind of feel.
Yeah, it kind of makes it like 3-dimensional, where it's like, I can go blind or like go in silent because I can just equip a silencer. No, like if you want to do that, you'll have to find the certain weapons to do it. Or if like you want to become a sniper, you have to find a sniper. Like you'll get like a generic loadout that like they give you. So it might play to the point where you'll be able to do both. But if there's a certain way you want to play, there might be a time where you have to find the weapon. And then other big thing.
Real quick though, but does that eliminate the need for grinding to like get?
For campaign?
Yeah,
I mean, campaign has never had a grind. Campaign has never had a grind.
Don't you need to
It's very linear.
Yeah, but don't you need to like do certain things to like get certain things? No, you just find
Nope.
them.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and then the next mission, it's gone.
And then they just giveth and taketh away.
Yep, exactly. So I mean, I think that's pretty cool. It's a different concept. Like I said, they did a little bit in Modern Warfare 2 with a couple of the missions, but this one, it's supposed to be like more like that. So like an open concept. And then another change or another mode that they're adding to modern or multiplayer, it's got me curious. It's called Cutthroat, and it's 3v3v3. And I'm curious to know how that's going to be, and I think that's kind of cool.
Cutthroat is a pool game. I know that.
Okay.
Cutthroat is a 3-player pool game. So basically, I don't know if it's going to work the same way, but you're okay. So the 3v3v3 is probably going to work like this, where it's like basically once all of your team is gone, your team is probably gone. But the rules of Cutthroat, and they probably are going to work this in somehow, is that if your opponent like scratches, do you know what a scratch is in pool when you put the white ball?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you scratch, your opponents get to take one of their balls and put them back on the table. So I'm thinking that in the Cutthroat mode, there's probably going to be a way where if like your team is down a player and something happens, there's a way to get your player back in.
That'd be kind of cool. Like a capture the flag kind of situation. Like, oh, you capture it, you bring your friend back.
Right.
Interesting.
So like essentially your entire team could be gone, but if this one thing like you're still in the game, and if this one thing happens, like one of your team members will get like sucked back in, and you got a chance to go at it again. Cool. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool actually.
Lots of things with Modern Warfare 3. I'm excited about it, but this is the same cycle every time. So I'm in that phase of like, this is going to be the best Call of Duty ever. And I hope it is, because they're starting to get dry, and I am tired. I am tired of adding the most random characters into Call of Duty and kind of just making it almost like a play to win or things like that. Like they added nothing against Nicki Minaj, but they added Nicki Minaj. They added the boys. Yeah, they had Ghostface. They added the characters from the boys. What was it? Homelander? Like, and they added Laser Beam, like superpowers. So I just want Call of Duty back. You know, I don't want the crazy looking weapons or like the tracers. So when you fire, it has like laser beams. I don't want people exploding with. Come on, get rid of it. I don't want it. I hope people are on the same page as me, but I am tired of seeing like the most like Kevin Durant, Lionel Messi. Like, why are they in Call of Duty?
Just because, man. Just trying to expand that audience.
They did add Shredder, so.
I mean, yeah, Shredder was dope. I was excited when it takes a lot for me to get excited. You add Shredder to your game, I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. That's all it takes.
That was sick. Actually, you should add more Turtles characters, Call of Duty. You should let's get some Donnie in there. Let's get some Casey. Okay. We should just do an entire Turtles version of Call of Duty. It'd be sick.
No, I'm good. I don't want that.
I'm glad you're excited for it. So obviously, Adam is going to be getting this game. Do you want to roast Dark Souls 3?
No, I'm okay.
No, you're sure? Okay.
No, I'm sure. I've already roasted in the past.
Wow. I'm excited that you guys are getting this game. We'll see how long it lasts. I'm gonna be honest. I think much like Adam said, this is gonna run into the same cycle where people are gonna think it's great. They're gonna play it, and then they're gonna think it sucks, and then they'll pick it apart, and the lobby
wait for the next one.
Yeah, the lobby will be full of people that just hate me for no reason and make me sad and cry in the shower. So
yeah, that's me, because I'm actually pretty decent at multiplayer. I'm terrible at Warzone, decent at multiplayer. Like I can probably get 20, 25, 30, okay, maybe 30, 35 kills a game.
I'm the guy in the lobby that's just trying his best, and everybody is roasting him, and I just quit the game, and then I go take a hot shower and cry it out. And
you're the guy that I messaged when I was in high school, say, hey, uninstall the game, you noob, or saying other mean things and get my gamer tag banned. So
Call of Duty players, just be nice. Can you be nice sometimes? Just be nice sometimes.
No, just kidding. Those Modern Warfare 2 lobbies were the worst. If you wanted them, like, if there's words that you don't want somebody hearing ever, or like if you want to like really make let's say somebody that's not from like the United States or has never really been exposed to things that something like mean people say in like just in general, put them in a Call of Duty lobby. Like, oh, that's what's wrong with some of the people in the United States. Like that's easy.
It's just so toxic. I just don't understand it.
It's the worst.
It's so toxic. It's the worst. Like, it's the most tight knit community, but as a player outside looking in, it's the worst community to try to break into because like.
Yeah,
that's
it's
probably
not really a community. It's just everybody being mean to each other. To be honest,
basically. I mean, that's probably part of the reason why I've never really gotten into it. It's because like you need to be good, or it's just like a relentless attack on you, and it's just not fun. And I don't know. It's just mean, and I'm sorry. I feel like I'm speaking for at least some people out there, and everybody that plays Call of Duty is like, Dave's a huge wuss, and like I can see it. I know. I get it. I am. I'm sorry, but. Just kill him with kindness, guys. Kill him with kindness, guys.
You know what I do after every game when I play nowadays, and I have open mic going on. Some days I turn it off because I just don't want to talk to people. But at the end of the game, I'm like, all right, "Good game, everybody. Have a good night." And the first person that says anything, I'm like, "Shut up!" And people like, oh, they go crazy. And then I add like different voice mods, or I'll add like. Sound bits, and people are like, is that Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob? It's like, shut up.
I mean,
so funny.
It's funny, but also it's like kind of mean. So whatever. Adam's excited for it. I am obviously not excited for it, but I will be watching him play this game most likely. And yeah, like, you know, like, listen, we talk about this all the time. There's games out there that are not for everybody. There's games out there that I love that you hate, games that you love that I don't like. So I'm excited for you to get this game.
I'm excited to get it. And the funny thing is, like, yes, I'm like good at the game. One thing I'm so good at in Call of Duty, like all of them, melee weapons.
Tell them about the Cali sticks, bro.
I was a monster with the Cali sticks, and I'm not just saying that. I had those things Obsidian. I played them in Warzone, got wins with it. I made people mad. Like, one of my favorite videos I have is I probably like I think I got like 50 kills. I can't remember which map. At the end of the game, somebody go, what did he say? He said something along the lines, you know, you're really dog crap when you run around with a riot shield in your back and freaking Cali sticks. And then at the end, I just said, just get better, man. Just get better. Turned into a TikTok and everything.
I never like I was actually watching this happen. It was amazing. I kept asking him to bring out the Cali sticks because people were getting so mad, and I thought it was so funny. But yeah, he's running around with a riot shield and Cali sticks, just running full bore, just whack, whack, whack. I'm like, this is the greatest thing that I've ever seen in Call of Duty. I loved it so much. I was dying laughing. We need to pull up that video.